Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, which is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Got a new sign, plus the logo up there, and then this logo. Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew it was Ace because this Friday I'm going to be at the Ace in T-ville, Tompkinsville. Yeah. Second time we've been there. We were there last year for the weather radio tour. I'll be there this Friday, noon to 2. More on that coming up. Okay, so some of you have not seen a shower at all. It's been very patchy. It's been very just yesterday, the front kind of leaned more in middle Tennessee. And so we were north of the front as it began to stall out. So it kind of shut off the waterworks, if you will, for a little bit. But that front is starting to come back northward as a warm front. And ahead of that and along that front, we're starting to see some showers popping up this morning. Now, most of what you're seeing at the moment is north and west of us along the Ohio River, up there near Evansville, Henderson, Owensboro, Tell City, Indiana. All that is moving off to the north and east. But you see the boundary that sits over us. I mean, it's pretty much splitting Warren County north to south. And it's that front that is going to be the trigger today for a better chance of rain, better coverage of rain. So, therefore, I've got the weather stick indicating green. I know it looks kind of bluish green, aqua, which means water. So it's a little greenish blue, and that's the reason weather stick is showing that color. Not quite blue, not quite green, but aqua. Yeah. So, I think we do stand a better chance of showers today than we did yesterday, as the air is very soupy and we've got that trigger, and a low pressure system is going to pass by also later today, and that's going to enhance the chance of rain for us. Here's a look at the 10-day blender. We go low 80s today. Yesterday's high we thought would be in the low 80s. We hit 86. It was more into the mid 80s. I think the models are not doing a good job of picking up on the amount of sunshine that's with us and the lack of rainfall. I mean, it's one and the same, 6.5 dozen of the other, whatever. But it's therefore it's undercutting the overall high temperature. So that shows 81. Should we get the rain today, I think 81, 82 is going to be doable. If the rain does not happen to hit in your particular area, or maybe at the Bowling Green Airport, it could be another 85, 86 day because of the mugginess in the air and the sun that would be out, kind of like yesterday. Mix of sun and clouds. Looks like it wants to rain, but then it doesn't. So, but I think today with that low pressure system passing by, we stand a better chance of getting some showers and thunderstorms and some heavy downpours today. Then tomorrow, we have one cold front that passes, and I do think it brings our temperatures more down into the lower 80s for a couple of days. We get a little bit of a break from the shower activity, but it's going to come back by Thursday afternoon and into Friday. And look at those numbers, more into the 70s. And with the second cold front, which is going to come through on Saturday with a good chance of showers. But by Sunday, it's gone, and then we warm right back into the 80s, even the mid 80s for the middle of next week. And the muggies will be back. Hey, I keep hearing people say, well, it's summer. It's not summer. Summer doesn't start until a couple of weeks from now. What, June 20th, 21st, somewhere in there? So we're not in summer. I know it feels like it, but this is still spring. I just wanted to note that. Here's a look at mesonet temperatures this morning. I know it's gotten to where you can't tell one season from the other. I get it. So it makes us think that it's summer, but it's still spring. Temperatures, we've got upper 50s to the northern part of Kentucky. Then we start to see low 60s, then mid 60s, and then closer to 70 in western Kentucky this morning. And humidity levels are up, and it just makes it feel muggy. And it's going to be that kind of a day once again across the area. Okay, let's take a look at the model map and the timing of the shower activity that is forecast to move in. Yesterday, we just kind of missed it all because it was just one of those days where the moisture was there, the triggers were there, but nothing really materialized. So today is going to be different in the that we've got a low pressure, a surface low pressure system, not a very strong one, but it's sitting right about there over the Boot Hill of Missouri this morning. The moisture flow that we have is coming up off the Atlantic and, of course, off of the Gulf of Mexico. So we've got plenty of moisture, plenty of the mugginess in the air, the thickness to the air that you can wear. And when the sun comes out, it really feels that way. So let's go through time here and show you how the showers look to get going this morning. Here's the low. Here is the front, kind of a warm front that's going to move back through Kentucky, and then we've got the cold front, which is actually back to the west. So we've got everything set up perfectly for this system to come on through and bring us the showers. Looks like it's going to be around noontime and in through the afternoon. Look at all that right there. I mean, that's indicating some hefty downpours. And there is a small severe weather threat, but it's mostly along and east of 65. I'll show you that in a minute. Right along the Cumberland Parkway, the Cumberland Plateau, Lake Cumberland, Dale Hollow Lake areas, you stand more of a chance of getting some rough thunderstorms this afternoon simply because you're going to have more daytime heating, more sun, and so therefore more instability. But some of these are just going to be heavy rainers with thunder and lightning as we get into the late afternoon. You can see that thing. Boy, look at that little curve on there. There also may be some damaging winds coming in on the backside of this thing. The winds have, for a change, have been something we haven't had to deal with a lot of lately. But I think as this low pushes through and with the cold front, there will be some downdraft winds pushing those rains and making it very hard to see. I mean, we're talking those kind of gully washer type thunderstorms that don't necessarily produce severe weather, but we cannot completely rule out severe weather or even maybe a brief spin up. But that would be more likely in the southeastern part of Kentucky as we get into late afternoon and this evening. And then everything begins to clear out as we get into Wednesday. We get that break that I was telling you about as a little bit more stable air moves in, less in the way of humidity. The dew points go down, and it just starts to feel nice for Wednesday into Thursday. And then we see another system developing out here in the plains, which is going to be the next system that's going to hit us probably Thursday night into Friday, the way it looks right now. Okay, let's take a look now at what we're going to see as far as that severe weather threat. And again, it's not one of those threats that I'm looking at and going, oh, wow, this is going to be a big deal. It may be a bigger deal from, say, let's call it Adair County, Russell County, maybe down toward Clinton County, then over toward I-75, London, Corbin, Williamsburg, as you see there, and then on over to the far southeastern corner of Kentucky. That's where there's a level 3 enhanced risk for severe weather. And that's where we could see those little spins as that line of thunderstorms begins to push east with that damaging wind threat. From Bowling Green to that point, it is a level 2 slight risk for this afternoon. And then behind it, you get your level 1 marginal and then just general thunderstorms. So everybody in southern Kentucky is under a risk, either 1, 2, or 3. But the further east you go is where the better factors and the better dynamics are going to be for that severe weather threat. Uh, Again, the main threat is going to be a potential damaging wind, very heavy flooding rainfall, and maybe further east, there could be what appears to be an isolated tornado, brief spin up along that line that's going to come through with the cold front. But we'll keep an eye on it throughout the day and let you know what happens and follow it along. Here's a look at the surface map. You've got that lazy boundary sitting over us. There's the low that's sitting over the Boot Hill of Missouri, enhancing, excuse me, enhancing the moisture. You can see it, the dark green with the red lines indicating heavy rainfall with occasional thunderstorms at that point where the low sits, and the warm front to the east, the cold front to the south. That's going to come on through this evening and sit right over southern Kentucky, therefore enhancing the rainfall again. Then we get into Wednesday, it moves east, some lingering showers. This is tonight, actually, about 7 o'clock. Then we get into early Wednesday, midday Wednesday, everything's fine. Cold front slips through a backdoor front that's going to bring in the more stable air, unstable throat with all the allergies and stuff going in, stuff floating, pollen. It's crazy right now. I hate it. But it should be better Thursday. It should feel better, lower dew points. But here comes that next system out in the plains as we get into Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, into Friday, another cold frontal passage. But this one, much weaker. And as you see there, it's just a cold front with some showers. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It's out of here by Sunday, and we start to see high pressure building in. Big sprawling high pressure takes over for Sunday into Monday and keeps us dry as we head into the latter part of the weekend. One more thing here, and I told you at the very beginning of the podcast, Ace Hardware got another event coming up for the Weather Radio Tour, and it's this Friday in T-ville, Tompkinsville, noon to 2 at the Ace Hardware Marketplace on Main Street. Come by and see me from noon to 2 to get a weather radio just like that one there in the picture for $38.99 plus tax. And Ace Hardware is going to throw in the batteries for you so that I can program the radio right there on the spot for free. So purchase the weather radio, then I program it. And if you live in Monroe County, that's going to be an easy program. And really, all of the programming is easy for me. I've done thousands, tens of thousands of these things over the years. But let's say if you live in, Clay County, Tennessee? Yeah. If you live down Red Balding Springs or someplace like that, I can program your weather radio for Clay County, Tennessee. You don't have to live in Kentucky to get your weather radio programmed by me. I can do it. Tompkinsville, Monroe County sits right on the Tennessee border. So if you live anywhere close to Monroe County or Tompkinsville and you're on the Tennessee side, buy a weather radio, come to Tompkinsville, and I can take care of it this Friday, noon to 2. So I don't want you if you're watching in northern middle Tennessee to go, well, it's a Kentucky thing. It's not. I can program it for any state you want, any county that you want. Just remember, I can't program it for a county here in Kentucky, and then you take that radio to Connecticut and still pick it up, or vice versa. I can't program, if you live here, I can't program a Connecticut county into that weather radio and it pick up Connecticut weather. It's not going to do that. These things are like FM. You can only listen to SAM 100.7 so far, and then you lose the signal. Same thing with the weather radios. They operate the same way. So once you get out of range, you're not going to pick up any counties, except the ones you're in. So, but if you're living around here, northern middle Tennessee, southern Kentucky, I can program your radio to pick up the warnings that you need for your area. So come see me Friday, noon to 2, Ace Hardware Marketplace in Tompkinsville. In the meantime, headed to the radio station, Sam 100.7 for the morning show, 6 to 10. I hope to see you there and listening in this morning. In the meantime, have a great day. God bless you. And I will see you on the radio.